have to share a little story before we dive into today's reading. I was just in the middle of folding some laundry, the usual, and suddenly I had this overwhelming urge to pull some cards and do a quick reading for you all. I couldn't shake the feeling, and I knew there was something important that needed to come through. So here we are. I feel this is going to be a slightly shorter reading, but the message feels clear and strong. Let's dive into the energy and see what's coming up today. Okay, today I feel that they are possibly wanting to do this because they have been trying to dig some dirt up on you that hasn't worked. They were trying to dig the dirt up on you to almost cover up their own dishonesty. This person caused you a lot of drama, a lot of pain, and a lot of conflict. They could be an air sign, a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Their personality type is someone who gets quite irritated. They've got a bad temper and are quite spiteful with their words. Very, very impulsive and toxic are the word that springs to mind here today. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now, and let's get into the Energy Oracle deck here. The card that came up from the Energy Oracle deck today is Deceit, and it really mirrors the energy surrounding this situation. They're now at a point where they want to admit their dishonesty, but the question is, why now? What's motivating them to do this? I sense they may be trying to cover something up. There's a strong feeling of sulking, almost like they're frustrated because their secrets are starting to come out. It feels like they've tried to paint you as the villain, but this is all a reaction to the truth about them being revealed. So, we're going to look deeper into this energy. What exactly are they hiding, and what do they really want from this situation? Okay, interesting. I'm sensing a conflicted energy here, even as I was shuffling the cards. It feels like a bit of a whirlwind, and I hope you're all doing well, except if this is your energy, it's definitely heavy. Just a quick note, if you'd like a personal reading, you can click on the title of this video, and there's a link in the description box for that, along with a free relationship report too. I can already feel the energy twisting my words, and I haven't even started yet. So, why are they suddenly wanting to admit they've been dishonest? I'm getting a lot of painful memories tied to this person. They were really spiteful, almost like a bully in the way they treated you. It's like the truth is pressing down on them, and they're looking for a way out. I sense they're not happy where they are now, and they're ready to take flight, much like a bird that never builds a permanent nest, constantly moving but never settling. This person feels like they're always in transit, never really staying anywhere for long. And there's definitely something hidden that's about to come to the surface. Something they've been keeping in the dark is finally coming out of the closet. Why do they want to admit they've been dishonest? Well, something is definitely coming out of the closet, and it has to do with the physical side of your relationship. There's a deep feeling that they tried to shift the blame onto you, possibly to avoid taking responsibility, whether that's financially or emotionally. It's almost like they were avoiding paying you back, or making amends for something they did wrong. They've been digging, trying to find things to hold over you, and for some of you, this could still be causing a lot of pain. If it's not, you may already see this person for what they are, a toxic ex whose energy still lingers. I'm sensing that this person doesn't even know what the truth is anymore. They live in their own version of reality, where their opinion is the only thing that matters. Even if all the facts contradict them, they'll still insist that they're right. This has likely caused you a lot of confusion, almost like living in a haze. There were good days and bad days, but then they'd twist things, telling you lies that you eventually uncovered. And yet, even after being exposed, they would turn it around and accuse you of lying. This person played serious mind games, and for some of you, it went even deeper. They created a trauma bond. By crushing you, giving just enough to keep you hanging on, they messed with your sense of reality. It's like your mind couldn't keep up, constantly pulled between moments of happiness and the sting of their manipulation. They've left you spinning, but you're starting to see through their game. Their dishonesty is a reflection of their own internal chaos, not yours. Let's get more deeper into this person. Okay, so the next card that came through today is the Seven of Swords, and it perfectly captures the energy we're dealing with here. This card speaks of deception, trickery, and manipulation, fitting for someone who plays games to maintain control. I'm sensing that this person has a pattern of being nice 1 minute, firing off all those hopeful signals in your mind, making you think things are finally going to get sorted. But then, just a few days later, they revert to being cold and hurtful again. It's like your brain is caught in a loop, trying to make sense of their behavior, but they keep pulling the rug out from under you. To this person, it seems like the game, a way to control people. They thrive on that back and forth dynamic because it keeps others confused and dependent. They never stay in one place for too long, whether that's emotionally or even physically. They might stick around for a few weeks, maybe even years, but they never truly put down roots. Stability is foreign to them, and neither is the concept of truth. They manipulate the facts to suit their narrative, and they thrive on keeping others off balance. I feel like the reason they're going to admit their dishonesty now is because they don't want you to have something, maybe your peace, closure, or even just the upper hand. It's all part of their game. Their version of the truth shifts constantly, depending on what benefits them in the moment. They're not coming forward to be honest out of remorse. It's more like a strategic move to maintain control. Alright, let's see what else the deck has for me. The card that came forward from the Energy Oracle deck today is Hostilities, and it paints a clear picture of the energy surrounding this situation. This person has been battling with their own inner demons, likely involving substances or alcohol, and instead of taking responsibility, they shifted the blame onto you. They made you feel like you were the problem, but in reality, this goes much deeper. It's about them avoiding their own truth. Their actions had a profound impact on your mental health, and for some of you, it may have even led to post-traumatic stress. When someone engages in this kind of manipulation, it can make trusting others incredibly difficult. This person was like a pendulum, swinging between kindness and cruelty. They would be nice for a time, making you believe things were improving, only to pull away or lash out again. It's what psychologists call intermittent reinforcement, offering just enough affection or attention to keep you hooked, only to yank it back. Their toxic behavior left you constantly questioning yourself and your worth. With the Hostilities card, it's clear that their addiction, whether to substances or control, played a significant role in their aggression. They were likely much kinder when they weren't under the influence, but as soon as they gave in to their addictions, they became harsh, mean-spirited, and toxic. This person's battles with their addictions didn't just harm them. They used it as a weapon, lashing out and creating chaos in your life. They might come back now wanting to explain why they were dishonest, but it's because they can no longer dig up anything on you. They'll likely claim they can't let go of you and that they've been working on themselves, but this feels more like an attempt to regain control than a genuine apology. They want to keep you in their orbit, but remember, their words may not be as truthful as they seem. Yeah, so this is interesting because I'm picking up on a very specific energy today, and this reading will not be for everyone. I feel this person is going to make a return because, in a way, you've already won. Now, I know it might not feel like a victory, especially given everything they've put you through, the self-esteem issues, the constant worry. But in the bigger picture, you've come out stronger. Meanwhile, this person isn't having it easy at all. Their life, wherever they've ended up, is falling apart. It's filled with deceit, lies, and emptiness. Even if they're putting on a show for social media, nothing has changed. They're still playing the same games, still caught up in the same destructive behaviors. I feel they'll try to come back, likely with some excuse, saying they've been dishonest because they needed time to figure themselves out. They might mention working through certain unhealthy habits or dependencies, but whether they're being honest about that is another story. It doesn't have to be about substances. Maybe they were too caught up in listening to others, letting outside influences guide their actions. But do I think they're telling the full truth? No, I don't feel like they are. They're still tangled in their own mess, and it's important to remember that their return might be more about trying to regain control than about real growth or change. I'll keep going with this reading, but just know that your strength is already shining through. Wow. This is getting intense. The next card I'm seeing right now is Strategy, which fits this person's behavior perfectly. They're planning their next move with precision, almost like someone strategizing in a game. I feel they'll come back, but not with pure intentions. They'll bring conflict, stirring up old wounds and causing drama, much like they've done before. It's as if they're playing chess with your emotions, carefully calculating each step to keep you in a state of confusion and imbalance. This person is cold, unemotional, and detached. They can look you straight in the eye and tell you the most elaborate lies without blinking, weaving entire stories that seem convincing to anyone listening. Honestly, they could have a future in storytelling, given how easily they manipulate the truth. But here's the thing, they'll come back saying they went away to figure things out, but the energy around them suggests they're still lying. Their grudges are still very much alive, and they haven't truly changed. They thrive on manipulation, and it feels like this return is part of their ongoing strategy to maintain control over you. They haven't let go of their old patterns, and their truth will likely remain twisted, designed to keep you emotionally off balance. They aren't coming back for closure or healing. It's just another move in their game. This person thrives on the idea of winning, but they're incredibly unstable beneath the surface. They like to present themselves as logical, as if they have everything under control, like they've got it all figured out and nailed down, but it's all smoke and mirrors. In reality, much of what they try to achieve in life never truly goes anywhere. It's as if they're constantly spinning their wheels, but never actually moving forward. I'm picking up the energy of the magician and the mirror, which reflects their tendency to manipulate and deceive. This person is still keeping an eye on you, observing from a distance, spreading rumors, and causing drama behind the scenes. Even though you're no longer together, they haven't stopped trying to stir things up, constantly digging for dirt or creating false narratives to keep control. They thrive on conflict and manipulation. But no matter how much they try to twist things, their plans won't succeed. You're going to rise above it all. When they return, they'll likely tell you they've been dishonest because they needed time to figure themselves out, claiming they've transformed. But if you followed my readings, you'll know this isn't genuine. This person is still emotionally and financially immature. They talk a big game but don't have the substance to back it up. It's like watching someone play a role they don't truly understand. Their return feels more like an attempt to regain control than any real desire for change. Be cautious, as their patterns remain the same, and their manipulation hasn't stopped. I'm sensing a strong energy here, especially if there are children involved or connected to this person. It feels like you'd rather keep your children out of this situation, and rightfully so. This person is incredibly immature when it comes to handling money, and they project this false image as if they've mastered the game of life. But in reality, for some of you, they're just lost in their own unhealthy habits, almost like they've put the wrong things on a pedestal. They never really have a plan, and when things inevitably fall apart, because they didn't plan for it in the first place, they shift all the blame onto you. Now I'm hearing that if you have children that are youthful, that this specific person has immature behavior and is definitely part of the equation. They think they're above it all, like they're a cut above the rest, but their words are laced with spite. This is the type of person who might hide important documents or legal paperwork from you, playing mind games to keep control. They'll pretend they have no idea where it is, only for you to eventually find it later, realizing they had it all along. Anything that involves the written or spoken word, they twist it, using it as a weapon against you. But here's the important part. You've won. That's why they're coming back now, under the guise of wanting to explain their dishonesty. They feel threatened because you've come out on top. Their energy is manipulative, a bit like a snake slithering back in, trying to regain power. This isn't the kind of energy you want around, and you've done well to rise above it. Stay strong, because you've already won this battle. Okay, what else can I channel about this person? Okay. I'm hearing that this person never stays in one place for too long. It's like they start out all passionate and excited, but soon enough, they start looking around, thinking the grass is always greener somewhere else. They've got this energy that has me all tongue-tied, like my throat chakra is blocked, which makes sense because they're a liar. Nothing ever seems good enough for them, no matter what you do or how much effort you put in. And they never give any warning before they move on. They don't have the decency to tell you that they're about to leave. They just disappear when things start feeling too comfortable. It's almost like they get bored when life starts to settle down, when the excitement fades and real life begins. You know, paying bills, taking care of responsibilities. That's just part of a long-term relationship. But for them, as soon as it gets stable, they lose interest. Instead of communicating, they just pack up emotionally and go, leaving behind confusion and chaos. However, it's really important to know that you've won because you've reclaimed your self-esteem and you're no longer letting this person play mind games with you. You've drawn a line in the sand and said no. You've put a stop to their drama. And yes, they love the drama, but they're stewing over this now. They thrive on conflict, and it's eating them up inside that they can't pull the same tricks on you anymore. When I say they don't have a plan, that's their general energy. Chaotic, scattered. But they can absolutely plan to not have a plan. It's like they're scheming without structure, figuring out exactly how they're going to worm their way back into your life, word for word. What else can I pick up about this person? Okay, this next part is a little funny. Well, funny, not in the sense that there is any humor in this, but rather because, you know what? This person honestly thinks they can just waltz back into your life like nothing ever happened, after they've already stolen everything from you. And I'm not just talking about physical things. They broke your heart, probably drove you half crazy with all their lies and cruelty. Yet here they come, acting like they can flash a sweet smile, and it'll all be forgiven. The audacity, right? They're coming back with the energy of a thief, plain and simple. They want to reconcile, sure, but with the Lover's card and that thief energy sitting right there, it's clear they've got hidden motives. This is not the kind of energy you want back in your life. I knew there was something off. I just don't trust this person at all. They'll show up all sweet, saying, I messed up. I shouldn't have done this. I can't let go of you. I adore you. Blah, blah, blah. But right in the middle of it all, we've got that thief card. And you know what's missing here? Love. There's no cups in this energy. None. No emotion. No genuine care. No true love. What we have is cold, hard, calculating energy. This person is planning their story, figuring out how to explain their dishonesty, all while continuing to be dishonest. It's all a game to them. Whoa, okay. The energy here is intense. This person is planning to walk away from their current situation, but as always, they're doing it quietly, under the radar. They may not be literally sneaking out in the middle of the night, but it's the same kind of energy. They're saving themselves, slipping away like a thief without letting anyone know. It's all part of their strategy, their way of escaping without facing the truth. I'm picking up that they want to pull you back in, almost like trying to vacuum you back into their chaos. They've been controlling in the past, silencing you, never allowing you to speak your truth. But now, they're worried. You've got something over them, something that bothers them deeply. You're the better person here, though. You could have used this information against them, and maybe you still could, but you're choosing not to because you're focused on your own healing, and that scares them. So here's what I'm picking up. This so-called apology or explanation they're planning to give you about their dishonesty isn't coming from a place of genuine clarity or remorse. It's more like damage control. They want to make sure that none of the things I've mentioned actually catch up with them. There's no real emotion here, none at all. It's all just conflict, drama, and pain with this person. They operate in the shadows, sneaking around, trying to avoid accountability. I'm sensing strong air energy somewhere in their astrological chart. Could be moon, rising, or even a dominant influence. But it doesn't have to be their sun sign. They've likely made a mistake along the way, leaving behind some kind of footprint, something that could trace back to them. Keep focusing on you. Keep putting in the work on yourself. It will get better, I promise you. Things may feel heavy right now, but they will improve. Trust that. If I were reading this for myself, I'd be like, nope, 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 to all of that past energy. You're bringing new things into your life, and although it might not feel like it right now, things are shifting in your favor. I know some days it can feel like even getting out of bed or doing the simplest things, like washing your hair or trying to act like everything's normal, is an uphill battle. This person caused a lot of emotional and mental stress, especially with the way they manipulated you through that push-pull dynamic. But as time goes on, you'll find you have everything within you to heal and rebuild. Just keep doing you. If you're not feeling that yet, just know that mentally things will start to clear up, and your physical world, whether it's your health, finances, or energy, will improve. Emotionally, the healing process is already underway, even if it's slow. That's the message for you today. Okay, this seems like a beautiful place to close the reading. Remember, you've already won by reclaiming your energy and standing in your truth. Keep focusing on your healing and trust that things will continue to get better, no matter what this person tries to bring back into your life. Stay strong, stay grounded, and keep doing you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And as always, I'm sending you so much love and light. Until next time.